Hi, what's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm talking about friendship. I did a video talking about the qualities of a good friendship. In this video, we're going to be talking about making friendships in a foreign place. The next topic that we will talk about will be recognizing subtle toxic qualities in a friend. So for now, let's talk about how to make friends in a foreign place, a foreign culture. If you're moving to another country, consider reaching out to a group or a community of people that are a bit familiar to you. As you're coming to a foreign place, put yourself in pockets and small places that help you feel a little bit familiar so that you kind of ease yourself into the foreignness. The next important thing is that once you're settled in, do not settle in these international spaces or places where it's only people from your country that are in this place. Challenge yourself to move to where the locals are. Give yourself that challenge. Insert yourself in spaces where the locals actually are. You'll be surprised how much you will know a place by just spending a lot of time with the locals and actually making friends and friendships that could even be close friendships. The other thing tied to that is make use of the internet. And I'm talking about websites that are specialized in helping people create friends in a foreign place. One of those websites which I have experiencing is the Couchsurfing. Couchsurfing is a website where you open your home up for people who are traveling. So it's almost like people who are not able to travel, or some people who love to travel can still experience the world by bringing the travelers and their cultures into their homes, and that way they still get exposed. I think it's an amazing idea. My only caution about Couchsurfing is that you need to be careful. Of course, the internet, I think everyone needs to be careful on the internet, but I have had very good experiences there. I've made good friends. So you are able to actually say you want to meet up, or you are open to host travelers, or you are looking for a couch you're surfing a couch, you're surfing a couch, a place to stay when you go traveling. So it also helps with traveling so that you're not spending so much. I did not host, and also I did not need to look for a person on Couchsurfing to host me. I've had good experiences. I've also heard about some bad experiences that people have had there. So I think the most important thing is to be careful and to especially be cautious of people who do not have reviews, or people who have negative reviews, or people who seem not to have been there for quite a bit, because sometimes if somebody has had a bad review, they might delete their profile and put it back, come back as a new person. So just look at what people are saying. So I've had good friends out of it. If I go to New Zealand, I have somebody there I could just call and we meet up. In Rome, in UK, in so many places, in Doha, many places I could just call people I've actually known and people who've become friends. Yeah, so Couchsurfing is one of them. The other one is meetup.com. I have looked into meetup.com and I always wanted to use it, but for some reason I never came around to using it. But you could actually possibly meet people who are in your specific area of interest. So if you're a photographer, if you're an artist, if you're a doctor, whatever your specialty is, you can actually meet people who are doing exactly that. Use the internet options that are there to help you get out there and meet people. Be careful though, be very careful. Tread carefully, but don't be afraid. There are so many good people out there in the internet. If you're a good person and you're on the internet, trust me, there's another good person like you in the internet. The other thing I would say is if you're in a foreign country and the language also happens to be foreign, then you really want to learn the language, because if you don't learn the language, how are you going to make friends, especially the locals? The next thing is accept all the invitations to whatever it is that you're being invited to go and do. I think it's possible to do this, especially if you have gone first to visit a foreign country before actually moving there and starting working. But if you went to work, then probably you'd only be available in the weekends. But still, if you're available in the weekends or you're visiting, say yes to all the invitations. Go out, meet people, because you don't know the place. You cannot make arrangements. You can't say, okay, I'm planning this and I'm inviting people. You don't know anything. You don't know anyone. So you better be accepting the invitations. The other thing, you can use referrals. The friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Actually, that moves you from the initial stages of not exactly knowing who this person is to your friend has introduced you, so your friend already has helped you just keep this whole figuring this person out to, yeah, this is already someone you can spend time with as a friend. I had such a situation. I saw one of my friends post a photo on Facebook, and it looked like they're in a European country. I had just moved to Vienna. So when I saw them, I was super desperate for friendships. And so when I saw she had posted a photo, I was like, might you be in Vienna by any chance? And she's like, no, I'm in London. But if you're in Vienna, I have a friend in Vienna. And so she connected us. And I promise you, I think that was one of my really good experiences in a friendship abroad. And make use of such referrals. If you know somebody who is whatever, that know someone who, ask your friends, I'm moving to this place. Do you know anyone who's living there? You can introduce me. Those referrals are actually good, and some of them lead to long-lasting friendships. The other thing is walk. Get the hell out of the house. Go to a cafe. Sit down in a cafe. When you walk out there, say hi to people. If you see somebody who is wearing a nice shoe or is wearing a beautiful hairstyle, let them know. You never know, by just talking to people out there, you might actually talk to your next best friend. The next thing is be brave. I know we have to be super careful out here, but in moving to a new place and making new friends can be very frightening. It can be very frightening. But be brave. Go out there, talk to people. If you're an introvert, push yourself out, and just for that moment, because you are in an unfamiliar place, and just make the effort, get out there and make friends. Last and not the least, know who you are. Know who you are is a point that can be applied on absolutely everything, especially when it comes to relationships. Knowing who you are and the things that are important to you, what is valuable to you, will help you sieve out people who you meet and end up not being aligned to your values. Be careful not to just give somebody a pass because they are familiar. As you try to put yourself in familiar places, as you make your friendships out there and you open yourself out to all the plans there is, it's important to know exactly what are your values. Just because somebody looks like you, they're coming from the same country as you, they're coming from the same village as you, and you end up to meet in a completely foreign place, doesn't mean that this person gets a pass. And just because they are familiar, you want now to completely disregard the fact that maybe they don't share your personal values. You just want to ignore the fact that this person is actually probably even toxic. We have to be really careful of that. This is something I've fallen to, being out out here being super desperate for friendships and ending up bringing people into my life who ended up being super toxic. I will stop this for now here. I'm sure I've not covered everything. If there's something you know that I've not mentioned, I would really love to hear from you. Any experiences that you've had out here making friends in a foreign country, let me know in the comment section. In the next video, we'll be talking about recognizing toxic traits. And not just toxic traits, because we all know about that bad friend or that toxic friend. The next topic we're going to have is to really recognize very subtle toxic traits in a person or in a friend. Until then, tschüss, Wiedersehen, kwaheri.